Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Welcome to everybody on this wonderful Sunday evening in the holy month of Kartika. Hare Krishna. I don't see anybody. Everybody is closed up. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamini. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Welcome to everybody who is here from different parts and who have taken time off on this wonderful day, succeeding the Diwali day and still within the Diwali celebrations. We are very happy to be here with all of you. So today is like still a part of the Diwali celebrations. And Diwali celebrations actually normally go on North Indian Diwali, South Indian Diwali, and Lakshmi Puja, and Naraka Chaturdashi that passed yesterday, which we celebrate as Diwali. And on the fifth day, actually, the fourth day is actually supposed to be Govardhan Lila, when Krishna lifted the Govardhana hill. On the Diwali day, actually, he stole butter and he got tied up by his mother, Yashoda. On the day that we celebrate as Diwali. I told you this month is Kartik and there are wonderful pastimes of the Lord that have taken place in this particular month. And he stole butter and he got caught by his mother, and his mother tied him up to a wooden grinding mortar, and he escaped from that situation by the special mercy of his father, which we shall briefly recollect today. And actually tomorrow we celebrate Govardhan Puja and Go Puja, celebrating the festival of Krishna lifting the Govardhana hill. That also happened similarly. That of course Krishna was 7 years old when he lifted the Govardhana hill. So this way, this whole month is full of pastimes of the Lord, right? So today we shall also read a particular Bhagavad Gita. How devotees enjoy the wonderful pastimes of the Lord by actually relishing it. Katayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So today we are going to read that portion of the pastime where Krishna is actually revealing some secret about his own pastime. That is something very interesting. We go to chapter 10, text 9. Chapter 10, text 9. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayantaha parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. This is a very important shloka and very popular and gives you some very interesting information. So let's read. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Right, translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. Purport. Pure devotees whose characteristics are mentioned here engage themselves fully in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Their minds cannot be diverted from the lotus feet of Krishna. Their talks are solely on the transcendental subjects. The symptoms of the pure devotees are described in this verse specifically. Devotees of the Supreme Lord are 24 hours daily engaged in glorifying the qualities and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Their hearts and souls are constantly submerged in Krishna, and they take pleasure in discussing Him with other devotees. In the preliminary stage of devotional service, they relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself. And in the mature stage, they're actually situated in love of God. Once situated in their transcendental position, they can relish the highest perfection which is exhibited by the Lord in His abode. Lord Chaitanya likens transcendental devotional service to the sowing of a seed in the heart of the living entity. There are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe, and out of them, there are a few who are fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee and get the chance to understand devotional service. This devotional service is just like a seed, and if it is sown in the heart of a living entity, and if he goes on hearing the chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, that seed fructifies, just as the seed of a tree fructifies with regular watering. The spiritual plant of devotional service gradually grows and grows until it penetrates the covering of the material universe and enters into the Brahmajyoti effulgence in the spiritual sky. In the spiritual sky also, that plant grows more and more until it reaches the highest planet, which is called Goloka Vrindavana, the supreme planet of Krishna. Ultimately, the plant takes shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and rests there. Gradually, as a plant grows fruits and flowers, that plant of devotional service also produces fruits. And the watering process in the form of chanting and hearing goes on. This plant of devotional service is fully described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 19. It is explained there that when the complete plant takes shelter under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, one becomes fully absorbed in love of God. Then he cannot live even for a moment without being in contact with the Supreme Lord, just as a fish cannot live without water. In such a state, the devotee actually attains the transcendental qualities in contact with the Supreme Lord. The Srimad Bhagavatam is also full of such narrations about the relationship between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam is very dear to the devotees, as stated in the Bhagavatam itself. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. In this narration, there is nothing but material activities. In this narration, there is nothing about material activities, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation. Srimad Bhagavatam is the only narration in which the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord and his devotees is fully described. Thus, the realized souls in Krishna consciousness take continual pleasure in hearing such transcendental literatures, just as a young boy and girl take pleasure in association. That's wonderful. Very beautiful. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Yes, I am very excited about being here with you today and all of you being present here, giving me an opportunity to do Katayantas Chamam Nityam Tushyanti Charamanti Cha, as it is mentioned here in this verse. It's a very beautiful verse. Matchitta Madgata Prana. Prana means their life. The devotee's life is Krishna. Matchitta means always keeping Krishna in their mind, in their heart, in their consciousness. Bodhayantha Parasparam. Parasparam means in between themselves. They are always discussing about me. What? Kathayantas chamam nityam. My katha. Stories about me. My pastimes. They are discussing. Nityam. Always. And what is the result of that? Tushyanti. They are very satisfied inside. Deep inside, they feel a satisfaction, and you can see it on their face. They look very happy and satisfied. Ramanti, they enjoy it very much. Tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. Right? Ramante yogino anante satyananda chidatmani iti rama padena asau. Getting pleasure out of hearing about the Lord is a pleasure uniquely applicable to the human being who is in this material form. Right? There is a certain satisfaction and happiness that you will have. You cannot measure it through your mind and your body and everything. Just like if I eat a good gulab jamun, if I eat some nice sweets that they gave yesterday, I could not eat much. I gave very less during Diwali. You feel, that's great. Satisfaction. When you eat food, you feel satisfaction, especially when you are hungry. Tushti, pushti, kshud apaya. Three things happen to you. You're hungry and you've been out, do everything, you come for lunch home. Mama, I'm hungry. I've seen the young boys, they're full of youthful hunger. I'm hungry, fast. You just start, and as soon as it's laid down, they gobble it up. And the mother enjoys watching the son eating with great appetite. And she knows he has got a great appetite. She cooks all the nice things for him. And he's put more of that, put more of this. And he says, eat slowly, eat slowly. Nobody else is going to eat, only you. Please eat slowly. He cools down and he eats and enjoys eating cooked by his mother. Of course, nowadays the culture has changed so much. First, number one, mother does not know how to cook at all. Why? Mother is busy going to the IT job that she has got and earning bucks. And says, why I have to cook? I'll buy this for you from Domino's Pizza, from Pizza Hut. See, it's so wonderful. Yeah, yummy, yummy. He eats it. All the junk food. And then he gets sick. Or the son says, I don't want to, eat the regular stuff that you're cooking. I want to eat all the fast food that my friends also eat. Somehow or the other, you don't have to cook. And you don't like to cook. Once in a while you like to cook, but it's so messy and like that. So this example may not hold great for today's life, but I'm sure that many of you know, like little research done also now, food cooked at home is the best. Food cooked by your mom is most healthy for you because it's food cooked with love for you. The guy in the hotel, the Domino's Pizza, most probably is not even cooking it. It's a machine making it. There's no love involved in it. So cooking food is not just about this thing. So all this thing goes inside. And when you eat, that's why tushti pushti kshuddhabaya. I have to explain the example because in these days, you may not get shuddhi pushti kshuddhabaya so easily. But still, that satisfaction can be seen in the eyes of the person. There is a glint in the eye. There is a little happiness. That's the meaning of deep spiritual happiness when you associate with Krishna's pastimes. You can't express it, but deep down inside you feel very happy. Right? So tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. You get very satisfied, tushyanti, ramanti, you enjoy. This is the result of Krishna Katha. And because devotees of the Lord so nicely enjoy this Krishna Katha, although they have heard it many times, they like to hear it again and again because it brings them in touch with the absolute truth, with the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is fully transcendental. All his activities are not like our activities, which is being done under the three modes because of the force of your karma, because of the force of your sense gratification, etc. Okay, so this month, like I said, Krishna performed the choicest of pastimes, the best of pastimes. Because why? For the pleasure of his devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Actually, Krishna is appearing mainly for his devotees' pleasures and for doing pastimes with them. He is not coming actually to kill the demons so much. That is very easy for him. All the great acharyas have explained. That is very, very easy for him. He can do it remotely from there only, from the spiritual world only. So he doesn't have to come here at all. But even the killing of the demons becomes a pastime which the devotees enjoy. Right? Sometimes it's not just demons. It's even his own devotees who get stuck in certain types of notions and forget who is the Lord. And they also commit some mistakes. This happened with Indra. The demigods, Devatas, Indra, they all hold very powerful positions given to them by Krishna only in the whole cosmos. So Indra is the king of heaven. And Indra Deva is very powerful. He carries with him the weapon of the thunderbolt. Rains are coming because of Indra. So in this village of Vrindavana, they're all full of cowherd men. And their main business is agriculture and cow keeping. This is really wealth that is mentioned. Today's economy is based on money, paper money. And you work very hard to earn that paper money. But there's no substantial, really something in that. All your hard work you put in your office or in your factory or in something gets converted to a salary that's given to you at the end of the month. Today's economy is actually cheating because the rich get richer and the poor get poorer and the people who work hard work harder. That's what happens, really speaking. Unfortunately, that is how it is. But before, long back, for 1,000 years, India has been exploited by different dynasties, the Mughals, then the Britishers. So they have actually forgotten how we were actually so prosperous. The prosperity was only because of agriculture and by keeping cows. Gavena dhanavan, dhanyena dhanavan. Dhanavan, wealthy, means one who has got grains, one who has got cows. That was the economy. Economy is how much grains you have, how much cows you have. That's how people were known to be rich. Nanda Maharaj had 9 lakh cows, 900,000 cows and calves. So it's not an ordinary number. But he was a king of that whole village and he possessed this naturally. And it is not that he was opening it up and putting it in stocks and shares and keeping it without giving anything to anybody. No, he just amply gave everything to everybody. Everybody was fed by him. Everybody was given milk, butter, cheese, anything, you name it. Nobody hoarded anything because all these things could be produced. From the earth came this. So Nanda Maharaj was depending as per Vedic regulations. He's saying that Indra is beginning as rains. And I am very happily situated. I have plenty. It's because of Indra. So every year, all the cowherd men together would do this sacrifice, yajna, for Indra, which is the normal way people do things. But once Krishna has appeared, Krishna was 6 to 7 years old then. So that day, Krishna decided, I must now show to all in this world what is the position of the demigods and what is the position of me as the supreme absolute truth, Bhagavan. So he came to Nanda Maharaj and asked, because lots of preparations were going on. Everybody was very busy. They were all making preparations for the sacrifice. There was a big Indra Yajna going to happen. Right? So some people were cooking very wonderful offerings. Others were preparing for the yajna. Brahmanas were invited. And so many things, the whole village was engaged because Nanda Maharaj is performing the yajna. Krishna thought this is the right time for me. He went to Nanda Maharaj and he folded his hands and said, Papa, what are you doing? Why are you so busy today? Then father stopped what he's doing and said, because they're so cute and so beautiful looking, Krishna is coming and asking with his peacock feather and his very nice dress tied up in his this thing, his flute stuck inside, and he looks so beautiful. He coming and asking, Papa, what are you doing? Why are you so busy? Why is everybody so busy? So Papa explained, this is Indra Yajna we are going to do. Indra is giving us rains. And then Krishna immediately turned the whole argument the other way. He spoke anti-Gita actually. In Gita, he's saying, I am the Yajneshwara, Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Sukhridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatpamam Shanti Mrichati. I am the enjoyer of all the yajnas actually. And he also recommends to the living entities in this world that you must do this yajna. Evam pravartitam chakram jnanuvartayi hai aghayur indriyaramo mogam parthasa jivati. If you don't do this yajna, you are living in great illusion. He gave clear instruction, you do this yajna and the demigods will supply to you. They are my agents. Now he's telling, what yajna? Why you should do yajna? Actually, rain is coming on its own. Nothing to do with Indra and all. You do good work, you'll get good result. Shubha karma you should do. And you are a very nice gentleman, you're doing very nice things, so therefore rain is coming. What has it got to do with Indra and all? He is not the one producing the rains. You but completely off. They all gathered together, then he called other, why is my son talking like this? Suddenly something is talking very different. So he spoke the Karma Mimamsa philosophy. Karma Mimamsa philosophy in the Vedic literature is also there. Do good work, you'll get good result. So why in between demigod, that, there's no God required? It's actually atheistic philosophy. And Krishna spoke that to his father. It's very amazing. He gave arguments. When his father said, no, my son, without this thing, we'll all be lost. He said, no, you'll not be lost. Rain will come anyway. It's not under the control of. He just, for everything he argued. We don't have time fully, but he so sweetly argued that all the cowherd men said, yes, yes, it is correct only what he's saying. They were all simple people actually. And they all knew Krishna is so great. He has killed, he has subdued Kaliya, he has killed Agasura, Bakasura, Putana, so, and he's very powerful, they know. He's something very special, they know. So when he said this, he said, yes, 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 they said. Nanda Maharaj said, okay, if you say so, my son, we don't have to do. He said, no, no, don't do this Indra Yajna. Actually, who is really giving the cows grass? Who is really giving you water? Nice ponds, nice grass, all given by this beautiful mountain, Govardhana. Can't you see? And then you see this Govardhana mountain so luscious. It's full of beautiful fruit trees, full of grass, so nice. All the cows are going and grazing there only and giving you flavored milk. It is mentioned that the grass on Govardhana hill was smelling like lotus. Padma Gandha is one type of grass which the cows would eat, and the milk will be flavored lotus flavor. Right? Lotus flavored milk. And so he glorified Govardhana hill. Everything you must offer to Govardhana hill, he said. Govardhana hill only is keeping us alive. Govardhana hill only supplying us water, supplying us grass, supplying us fruits, crops, that, this, everything coming there only. And he glorified Govardhana. And they all said, okay. It's not very convincing, but they said, okay, because Krishna is always correct. So they said, okay, okay. I said, okay. And he said, make a huge feast, all that you're prepared for this thing, take it and offer to Govardhana. So they did the Annakoot. That's how the word Annakoot came. Anna means grains. Annakuta means huge mound, like a hill. That whole Govardhana hill became filled with offerings. All the village people, everybody, Vrindavan Vasi, they all listened to Krishna and they bought their offerings and gave to Govardhana hill. And then Krishna did an amazing thing. He said, see, all of you pay obeisances to Govardhana. Govardhana is eating. And then he also paid namaskaram to Govardhana, Krishna himself. And then the Govardhana, then he assumed a big form like the hill. He became Govardhana. and opened his mouth and started eating all the offerings. Whoop, one swallow, everything went away. And then everybody was amazed. Then he started saying, Aniora, Aniora. He's saying, Aniora means, I want more, I want more. So everybody ran to their houses and brought so much. They were all surprised like nothing. What is this Krishna doing now? Previously, he killed Putana, that big Rakshasi, and she was lying down so many feet. And he's always doing fantastic things. Now all the offering is over. And the big hill is eating. I can't believe it. But it must be true. So they all went and bought more. Again, he said, Aniora. And they're not even supplies to give. So Balaram understood what Krishna is doing because he's brother. And he said, no, enough, enough, enough. He took Tulasi and put into the mouth of Govardhana. He said, enough. And closed the mouth. So Krishna assumed the form of Govardhana. He became Govardhana. And he ate all the offerings and people were stunned. Then he said, now you must all do pradakshina. Go round Govardhana. Anybody who does not offer to Govardhana, doesn't do pradakshina of Govardhana, will get bitten by snake and will die, he said. It's so important. Everybody came. Some of the old ladies came in the bullock cart. Young boys, all the gopas were dancing and whistling and coming. Our hero, Krishna, see what he did. And they were all jumping and blowing the flute and, along with Krishna coming. Then all the gopis also came in small, small carts covered, watching Krishna very carefully from the slits. And then all the cowherd men came. All the, everybody came and they did a fantastic march around Govardhana Hill. And in the meantime, what happened? Indra, scene shifts to Indraloka. In Indra came to hear that these cowherd men have listened to this stupid cowherd boy. He has no intelligence, balya buddhi. He's got the intelligence of a small child. And they have stopped the yajna, which every year they're supposed to do for me. How dare they listen to him and how dare he do this? He forgot at that time who he is, that he is Krishna. So he started getting angry. Then he said, see what I will do to the people in Vrindavana. Then he called the Samavartaka clouds. The clouds and the thunder and the storm that come during Pralaya. He called them and said, go rain on Vrindavan. And then all those clouds started coming, thunder, rumbling, and the sky started becoming dark. And then Krishna understood Indra has got angry. And nobody else knows what's going on there. Only he knows. And he wanted to induce Indra to get angry also, because he wanted to do this Lila. So then came the heavy thunder, lightning, and solid rain. It is mentioned like during Pralaya, the raindrops are like the elephant's tusk, so big. Each drop of rain is so big. It's mentioned in the Bhagavatam during Pralaya, it is like that. Solid rain came. So heavy was the rain, the cows could not move. They just stood there only. And everybody started telling, oh my gosh, Krishna, what shall we do now? And they all understood that it is Indra who's got angry. What will he do now? Krishna said, don't worry. All of you come here, because the whole place was flooding very fast. And nobody knew what to do. So Krishna said, don't worry, all of you come with me here. And then in front of everybody, he did this amazing feat. I told you Govardhana will protect us, he said. He lifted the Govardhana hill. That small boy, 7 years old, lifted the Govardhana hill in front of everybody with 2 hands, poof, and lifted it up just like a big, powerful weightlifter in the Olympics. Lifting these weights, that is nothing. This whole hill he lifted. Not only that, he put it on his little finger and held it up like this. Then he crossed his legs. Then he said, don't worry, all of you, water will not come inside. Come here. Everybody was totally stunned and surprised. Krishna, what all you do? So everybody came inside under. And they were all looking up. Will this fall down? He said, don't worry, it will never fall down. And, imagine they have full faith in Krishna. And they could see that he is holding it on his little pinky of his left hand. And all of the senior cowherd men came inside and they were afraid. And they were using their stick and holding a little bit for Krishna. They said they will also help a little bit. And then all the Gopas came inside and said, wow, our hero. See, he will do all these things. I can believe it. I have seen him. All the Gopas were very happy and they know that Krishna can do all these wonderful, amazing, abnormal things. They all gathered under the Govardhana hill, which is so huge. And amazingly, no water came from outside inside. And then Govardhana hill was in ecstasy because it was touched by the finger of Krishna. So Govardhana was so happy. Now you may be wondering, what is this? Hill is happy? Yes. Hills, lakes, rivers, oceans are all living beings. That's why we go to Kaveri, we go and pay obeisances and we worship. That's why we go to Gangamai and we worship. We will go to Yamuna and we will worship. They are all living beings. So there is a big story to Govardhana, how he came here also. He actually is, father is Dronachala, another hill. And there's a story behind how he came here to Vrindavan in the Puranas. It is mentioned there that once Dronachala's the son, Govardhana, was a great rishi, sage came there. And he was very happy. He took rest there. And Dronachala catered to him. Then while leaving, he said, I want one small favor from you. So Dronachala said, yes, whatever you ask, I am indebted to you. I would be very happy to do that seva. He said, ask your son to come with me, Govardhana. Dronachala was very, very sad. Oh my gosh, my son, my very dear son, Govardhana. And Govardhana said, I don't mind father going with him, but under one condition. If he keeps me down anywhere, I will not move from there. There's only one condition. So that Rishi said, that's okay. I am a Rishi with mystic powers and everything. I know how to handle that. Small boy, come with me. So he carried Govardhana with his mystic powers. And Govardhana, just before he passed, as he was passing through, going to south, passing through Vrindavana, all of a sudden the Rishi was made to feel that, I have to immediately go to the bathroom. I have to go to pass urine. So it was so urgent a need for him to pass urine that he placed Govardhana down there and he went to pass urine. When he came back, Govardhana told him, I told you, if you place me anywhere, I'll not move from there. That was the condition. So it was a plan of Govardhana that when Vrindavana comes, he will do this. And he did it. And he did not move. Then the sage got very angry with him and said, I curse you that every day you will decrease in height by mustard seed. But the Lord will come here and he'll play his wonderful pastimes on you only. In this way, the Rishi will go. This is history mentioned in the Purana. Actually, before that, Govardhana is from the spiritual world. Radharani, Yamuna, Govardhana, all of them are from Goloka Vrindavan in Vaikuntha. So when it was time for Krishna to come to this material world, according to Brahma's prayers, that time he said, how can I go alone? I want Yamuna, Govardhana, Radharani, everybody to come with me, all the Gopas. So Yamuna and all of them, descended along. This is how Govardhana came. And then Govardhana's Lila, he came to Vrindavana. And now in Vrindavana, Krishna was lifting him. For this reason he came. So As it is, you may say, as it is Maharajji, it is very difficult to believe Krishna is God. Now you are making it even more difficult by saying that Govardhana is a person. Yes. In the spiritual world, everything is spiritual. That's why it's called spiritual world. In the material world, everything is made of matter and we are only spirit. Our body is also made of matter only. So that's why it's called material world. And spirit situated inside matter. That's why we are suffering so much. This is not our world. It's like oil inside water. It doesn't mix. So in the spiritual world, there is nothing called matter. Everything is spiritual. Krishna's shoes are spiritual, means another living entity like you and me. Krishna's chadar, his angavastram is spiritual, his dhoti is spiritual, his necklace, his earrings are all spiritual, his flute is spiritual. The table is spiritual, the earth is spiritual, the grass is spiritual, the tree is spiritual. Everything is conscious. Everybody and everything. Therefore, there's nothing called thing. Every aspect is fully conscious, living, breathing, conscious entities. Therefore, in the spiritual world, Govardhana and Yamuna and all from there they came. Here also they are fully in the same position. They are fully transcendental. So here comes Govardhana. He is lifted by Krishna on his little finger. So he is so ecstatic, directly touched by Krishna and lifted by him alone. Nobody else touching him. Only Krishna. So he was in great ecstasy. An amazing thing happened. All the thunder and lightning and all that could not hit Govardhana also. Above Govardhana was rotating the Lord Sudarshan Chakra. All thunder, lightning, rain and all was reflected away from Govardhana by Sudarshan Chakra. And there were still animals and birds, everything moving around in Govardhana. Although there was thunder and lightning and storm everywhere around. Not underneath Govardhana, not above Govardhana also. And underneath Govardhana for 7 days, Krishna held up this. Amazing things were happening. Because Krishna wanted to simply be with his devotees of Vrindavan. Without any work to do. No cooking, no keeping the house, no milking the cow, no that, no this, nothing, all disturbance. We want to simply associate only. Like lockdown. Lockdown means no work, no need to, go to this thing, or no need to do that, this thing, everything fixed. Only you need to go and get some grocery and some vegetables, something, and cook nicely, eat, all of you will be together. Families were forced to be together. Families got more together. They had more of themselves. Father, mother, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, everybody got together and they all were sitting and talking and talking. That's what happened during the lockdown. Everybody spent more time with their families, which they were not able to do otherwise. They became more intimate. So imagine similar thing extended. Krishna, fully he was looking at the gopis. Gopis were looking at him full time. Because the gopis were telling otherwise, Arey Baba, this Brahma is so bad designer, he has made these eyelids. Because of these eyelids, when we close our eyes, we cannot see Krishna. He is bad designer. Pakshmakrit Drisham. Jada Udikshatam Pakshmakrit Drisham. He is a Jada. He is not at all designing properly. That is what they were thinking, gopis. Because when you close the eyes, I can't see Krishna. So now they were simply seeing Krishna day and night for 7 days. And Krishna was standing like this. And his mother was very worried. Yashoda was saying, Krishna, why are you doing all these things? Your hands and legs and all must be paining. And she started massaging. So he said, no, Mama, don't worry. Then immediately Krishna's friend, Madhu Mangala, fat Brahmana boy, always accompanying Krishna and eating a lot of laddus. Whenever Krishna gets laddus, he'll give to him, he will eat laddus. He likes to eat laddus. So he was telling his mother, don't worry. I am chanting the necessary mantra to keep Govardhana floating. That is why it is floating. He was telling his mother and convincing his mother. And they were all laughing, some of the elders and some of the other Gopas were laughing. Krishna was also smiling. Like this, they were joking. And then Mother Yashoda was saying, why don't you eat something, please? I've got this thing. Why don't you eat these laddus? Then each of the Gopas was saying, yes, yes, you eat. Then only we also can eat. Please, you eat, then you distribute to us. In this way, they were making fun. And then the gopis were also completely able to look at Krishna. Radharani was looking from a sidelong glance at Krishna. Then all the other gopis were telling, please don't look at Krishna like that. He will start looking at you. He will lose focus. Then the whole Govardhan will fall on your head. No more Krishna, no you, nothing. Please don't look at Krishna. Please hide Radharani. Don't, like that they were talking. Because Krishna looks at Radharani, he will completely get mesmerized. And so the conversations were going on and on like this. All the elderly Gopas, cowherd men were saying, the hill will fall down, that's why we are holding it for your sake. Lots of conversations were going on. Many things were happening underneath. Everybody was enjoying the association of Krishna in Sakhya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, all these relationships. Many, many things were going on. And outside, Indra was trying his best to break Govardhana and flood the whole place. Nothing happened, no effect. He came to know that all of them are under the Govardhana hill, protected by this small boy. And then something struck him. His sense suddenly came out. What am I doing? This is Krishna. This is the supreme personality of Godhead. And I have released my whole anger and my whole hatred and wrath on him and his people. I've done a very big mistake. Immediately he called back the clouds, called back everything. Everything became peaceful. And then he ran to Brahma and said, I made this mistake. I don't know why I did this. All of a sudden I got angry and I did this because he stopped the yajna. So Brahma said, wow, this has happened to me also. I cannot give you any solution. Better you do one thing. Cows are very dear to Krishna. You have rained on the cows and everything and all the pastures and everything. It is best for you to go and speak to Mother Surabhi. She is in the Swargaloka only with you. Take Surabhi, mother, and go and hide behind her and let her introduce you that you have done something stupidly wrong. In this way, Krishna will not get angry with you. This is the only way for you. But you have done a very, very bad thing, blunder. So Indra went and begged Surabhi, mother, please come with me. I have done this great mistake. So she said, oh my gosh, why did you do like this? All my children, all the cows, the mother is Surabhi. So she came with Indra. Indra came on Airavata. And Surabhi went and met with Krishna. Krishna was moving around. He kept the hill back. Everybody came and they all embraced Krishna, danced around and said, what you did, amazing. You lifted the hill. And all the senior cowherd men were wondering, this person is not an ordinary person. He is just born as Nanda Maharaj's son. He must be Narayana himself. He must be that person. He must be this. They were all speculating like that. And Yashoda Mai immediately embraced Krishna. My gosh, I was wondering when this will end. How long you've been carrying this on your little finger. Why you do things like this, Krishna? Why we couldn't have done the yajna for Indra and been peaceful? Don't worry, Mama, nothing has happened to me. I just had a good time with all of you. You all had a good time. We are back. Everything is normal. Please go take the cows and go back to your houses, all of you. I'll join you very soon. I have some work to do. He wandered away. After all of them had been, they went back. Took all the cows, went back and everything. He wandered because he knows Indra is coming. Then Indra came and he immediately was behind Surabhi, and Surabhi said, my son has done something stupid. He shouldn't have done it. He regrets it very much. Please, Krishna, forgive him. He does not know anything. So Indra paid obeisances, namaskaram, said, please forgive me. I did something wrong. So Krishna gave him advice, don't become proud. Your position as a devata is not meant for you to think that you are the be all and end all. He gave him good advice and he said, go. Indra still felt very this thing. When he said, I desire to actually give you an abhishek. I actually want to bathe you. I want to worship you. We have all come together. All the demigods also came together. This is mentioned in the other Puranas and everything. This is extra, more than what is mentioned in the Bhagavatam. And then they all worshipped him. Shiva, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Brahma, Agni, everybody came. All the 33 crores of demigods came. And they did Arati for him. You see, Brahma did Arati. And somebody else sang. Then Indra, using Airavata, he did Abhishekam of the Lord with milk, Surabhi's milk, and with Ganges water from the heavenly planets, from Alakananda. He did this Abhishekam for the Lord. And that place is today, you go to Vrindavan in the Govardhana hill, you will see Govinda Kund. It's a big, huge lake. It is supposed to be the Charanamrita of the Lord from that bathing. That time only Indra gave the name, you are Govinda, the enlivener of the senses. Go means senses. Go means also cow. One who gives pleasure to the cows is called Govinda. One who gives pleasure to our senses is called Govinda. And Indra gave the name Govinda to Krishna. That's when, from then onwards, he is known as Govinda. And that place is called Govinda Kund. It's a very beautiful place, very nicely made place with trees all around. So Govinda name was got by Krishna. And they all did Arati. They bought this big peacock fan from the outside world, from Devaloka. They bought this chamara and everything, and they bought all gold, made with gold, Arati plate and deepam and everything. Everything bejeweled and very high rich, because they're all devatas worshipping the Supreme Lord. And Krishna, sitting down with his peacock feather and his flute and everything, took the worship in his childhood form only. They all recognized him. Then they all disappeared. But by the time some of the Gopas were searching for Krishna, and they had come peeping, and they saw, hey, what is going on? Who are all these people? What is that person with 4 heads? What is that other person with snake around his neck? Who is that other man? Hey, what are they doing? They're singing music. They were all peeping from the corner of that valley and watching. They were very surprised. And then they all disappeared. They came down running to Krishna and said, Krishna, where are you? We've been searching for you. Krishna jumped immediately and said, yes, let's go and play. And they said, what happened now? What is all this big chamara here? Who is this person? Who is it? He was doing like this for you, Arati, and something and all he was doing. Who is that? Who is that? They asked. And Krishna said, oh, you don't worry about that. And he went to play with them. In this way, I've given you a very short format of this very beautiful pastime of Govardhana Lila. Even today, you can go to Govardhana, and so many people come from all over the world. They do Govardhana Parikrama. Today, tomorrow, and all, hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people will be doing Govardhana Parikrama. Some of them do Dandavat Parikrama. They do Namaskaram, and do Parikrama without walking. Only Namaskar Parikrama. 22 kilometers. They do Parikrama for months together, like that, Namaskar Parikrama. Some of them do Parikrama 108 times in one place. They do Namaskaram. They'll take one stone, put it here. Next stone, put it here. 108 stones, they'll pile up. Then they'll do next one, 108, like that. They take years to do the Parikrama. They will stay there only. Govardhana means everything for everybody. It's very dear to Radharani. Govardhana is considered to be the greatest of the devotees of the Lord. Haridasa Varya, mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Among all the devotees of the Lord, the topmost devotee. And also Govardhana means not different from Krishna. So many people take the Govardhana Shila, all those rocks from there, and keep in the house and worship. Govardhana rocks can be worshipped. They are non-different from the Lord. It's as good as Shalagram Shila. So they are worshipped. In this way, if you go to Vrindavan, I hope someday I'll be able to take all of you there. Those who have not visited, And it is so beautiful, a Lila done by the Lord. Everybody remembers it day and night, and they go there and Govardhana Giridhari ki jai, they will say, and they'll pay obeisances to. Very happily they'll go around. And in each of these places around Govardhan, there are so many places of pastimes. Very wonderful places. Full of relishing pastimes, full of nice stories. Unfortunately, we don't have time. It's already 8 o'clock. So today I thought I'll relate the story to you because tomorrow is Govardhan Lila. And tomorrow you can worship the Lord. Here in the temple, we are going to have a big Annakuta ceremony. In the temple, we make a big Annakuta in the courtyard and we will worship from our Goshala. Cows will come. Tomorrow is the day you must worship cows and you must go around the Govardhana hill. So we will go around this Annakuta and it is non-different from Govardhana. If some of you are here or wherever you are, you can go to ISKCON temple nearby. There'll be a big program normally. And that Annakuta will be taken and distributed to everybody. After the worship is over, from that you'll get Mahaprasadam. They'll make Annakuta, they'll make lakes with sweet juice. They'll make a roadway with halwa. They will make all very beautifully. The devotees will decorate. And you can see the form of the Lord also made out of like a hill with all food stuff. They make all these fries and everything and keep. It's very beautiful, very artistic. It will be very nice to take darshan of Govardhana like this in Annakuta, partake of that prasadam, go around Govardhan, or if you are near Delhi, you may be already thinking of going to Govardhana tomorrow or the day after, whenever. And in this way, this Krishna is remembered by this amazing pastime. So Govardhana Giridhari ki jai. So today being a very auspicious day also. And I told you, I will, 1 minute. Also, I told you that we will try to say a few more things about Krishna's Lila. We may not have time. Maybe I'll postpone it for the next week. Anybody has any question or comment at this point of time, we'll be very happy. Anybody has any question? So these are the benefits from hearing Krishna Lila. Okay, Sharada Shairam has got a question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I don't really have a question. It was a wonderful session, Maharaj. I think you took us to Govardhan. It was very wonderful.
Yes, Krishna Lila is always wonderful. Right, NSO has got a question. What is your full name, NSO? They can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me, Prabhu, now?
Yes. Please tell me. What's your name?
No, I'm Prabhakar from Hyderabad.
Of Prabhakar, yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, NSO is my office name. Since this laptop is provided by office, that I put as an NSS. So,
okay, I understand.
So yes, Prabhuji. Actually, my doubt in the fact, what happened in recent past, I think 1 month back, how this Govardhan, because since every day I'm chanting 2-3 times or more than that, as well the time available for Govardhanama for 108 Govinda.
Chala manchidandi.
Chanting. So na doubt actually how this Govinda name has come and I heard in the WhatsApp group. So since just now this Govinda name is given to Lord Purushottama by Indra.
Yes.
But that WhatsApp group, I heard that somebody has wrote that how this Govinda name has come. Even same thing I have explained to my wife also. Since we are every day we are chanting Govinda, but this is the Govinda name has come from this one. What I heard from that WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group, they said that while that what called Purushottama took his birth like Lord Balaji, that Govinda, that in Tirupati, when he came, he was crossed some of the aranyas, that what he called some hills. So where he met one Muni, Maharshi. He went to that Maharshi. Then he has asked for one to give me, please, since I'm going to live in somewhere, so please get me one cow, so that I will be happy and I can take that milk and I can survive myself. Since that Maharshis also, since they have that superpowers, he came to know that yes, he is not a common man. He's not. It is definitely might be some Lord Purushottama only. Then he said, please do, when you come, since you have come single, you come along with your good lady, so that I give that cow to you, so that you can give that as a donation or whatever it may be, as charity to you. Then he said, okay, I will, when I come back, I will come along with my lady so that I can take that cow. So the day when he went to that ashrama with that lady, I think with that lady, I think his wife only, I do not exactly that, I don't remember. That day that Maharshi went to somewhere for some purpose. So his Shishya was there, disciple. Disciple said, Maharshi is not here. So the moment Maharshi comes, I will let him know that somebody has come to take this cow. So what Lord did, so okay, tell him when he come back. Then simply he went off from that place. The moment Maharshi came to his ashram, the disciple has told Prabhu, somebody has come along with some lady, and he was inquired about you to take cow. Then Maharshi thought, oh, since the Lord has come along with his that lady, but I couldn't take the darshan of him. Then he was started running behind him by asking him to take his that cow. But Lord is keep on moving to go to that 7 hills. He used to say that, Prabhu, take cow. That is Govu Inda. That Inda means in Telugu means take. Go means cow. That is the way that Govu Inda, that still reaches to the hill, 7 hills. That Govinda name has come. I do not know actually that what I assess.
Well, you see, WhatsApp is, you are speaking about WhatsApp authority. I am speaking
it's not authority, Prabhu. No, actually,
authority.
That's
In
what,
the
Prabhu.
Srimad
No,
Bhagavatam,
actually,
it is mentioned that Indra gave this title to
yes, Prabhu. Actually, I have to give the correction to my wife also. Why did I
be careful?
confirm?
We know the WhatsApp Charitram, and WhatsApp doesn't have much of a parampara.
Of course, Prabhu. That is, of course.
So you have
even
to be
I
careful.
too didn't believe, but since
What I am
something has
speaking
come.
to you is from the Srimad Bhagavatam, confirmed
Prabhu.
by the Puranas, confirmed by all the great acharyas. So be careful of.
That's what, Prabhu.
When anybody tells you anything, you should see authenticity.
Yes, Prabhu.
There
Yes,
are
of
too
course. That
many
I didn't believe it.
stories
But
floating around, and people make stories also a lot nowadays and float it around. So you have to be very careful. So we stick to normally scriptures. What
Yes,
is mentioned
Prabhu.
in the scripture only, we agree. Or the great acharyas have given commentary, that we speak. I speak from Prabhupada's commentary, and before him, there are others like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There is the Goswamis who unearthed the whole of Vrindavana. They were the reason for Vrindavana to be unearthed, because Lord Chaitanya told them. If you go to Vrindavan today, you will see all their samadhis and kutirs everywhere. Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Shat Goswami, 6 Goswamis. They did all the writings, all the research from the Shastra and everything for people in Kali Yuga. So under their authority, these things are mentioned. So we can take it to be true.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, it's what happened. Now I have to give the correction to whomever I explained. I have to give the correction. This is the actual wrong
please,
thing. Even
please,
I to spread.
I
That
hope
I have to
I'll
give
be
the
able
correction to
give you
them.
the reference from the Bhagavatam. I'm not able to immediately have that volume.
No, Prabhu. No, it's not that. See, even I didn't believe that, since I thought something which I do not know. I read from that.
Correct. The basic principle is to always follow the Acharya. Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. Sadhu will speak, it will be confirmed by the Shastra and by the Acharya, the Guru. The Guru speaks, he will speak what is mentioned in the Shastra. What the Shastra says, all three of them will speak the same thing only. They will not add any masala. They will not make anything exciting and this thing. They will speak Shastra as it is. That is because of their loyalty, fidelity towards the information coming.
Yes,
so you can rest assured that this is coming like that. So
yes, but first lady too, I have to correct myself to my wife first, because the wrong thing has been given you. Then
yes, you can just no. I'm not saying it is wrong. I don't know. I don't know, because in the local field somewhere there must be some idiham. It is mentioned. That is one type of proof. But I am giving you directly from the Bhagavatam.
Yes,
Since you are not very sure about it, I am also not very sure about it. Let us stick to the Bhagavatam's this thing.
Yes, best. Okay? Where is written?
Right. Thank you very much. Suhasa Vasu KR has raised his hands.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, will you come so that we can see your face also?
Okay, Maharaj.
We would like to take your darshan also. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, tell me.
Maharaj, in last class, I asked one question. See, Maharaj, I read Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada has written the differentiate between karmi and devotee. And karmi works for fruitive this one result, but devotee works for Lord, and he do with a devotion, and it will become perfection.
Yes.
So I thought bhakti was a mindset, but bhakti yesterday, few days before, I heard one song from Kanakadasa. Baba Villada Bhakti Intaha Bhakti. Feelingless devotion is not a devotion at all. Therefore I come to know that devotion is it's not a mindset, it is a feeling. Is it true Maharaj? Devotion is a feeling.
Well, what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavat, and all these great personalities like Kanakadas and everybody, they are not just saying, we can only understand it in the form of words when we say feeling. Words are not enough to describe this whole experience of bhakti. But the English language word only can give you the word feeling. And so also, whether it is in Telugu. Meer Telugu valla? Meer Telugu valla? Kannada valla? Kannada.
Kannada Telugu rendu.
Bharata nimge Bharata. Kannada Bharata.
Kannada Bharate Maharaj.
Seri. So you see, bhakti is not just a feeling. Bhakti is the expression of love of the soul for the Supreme Lord, his Father. Only that is called bhakti. You cannot have bhakti for your wife. You cannot have bhakti for your friend. You cannot have bhakti for Rasagulla. You cannot have all, that's not all called bhakti. Bhakti is unique. Soul's relationship with the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead. That is called love. That is very intense. And that is highly uplifting experience. Ananda. That's why the soul is originally Satchitananda in its quality. Sat means full of knowledge. Sat, eternity, bliss, and knowledge. All these three things are there. So, bhakti relationship with the Lord is something of a completely transcendental nature. It's not of this world. When you fall in love with somebody of the opposite sex, doesn't mean you can say, I have bhakti for her. That is lust. That is kama. Everything in this world is kama only, matter to matter. But soul to soul, spirit to spirit, that is the supreme spirit to the, spirit soul, that is called bhakti. Okay. So coming back to now, your first, this thing, karmi means one who does fruitive work only. That's how our economy is based. Today's modern economy, they will never understand what is the meaning of karma. They will not understand these things at all. Because in fact, they'll get angry if you tell. Bhagavad Gita, very clearly Krishna says, Karmanyava evadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbu mate sangosva karmani. Whatever work you do, because you are part of me, mamaivam sa jivaloke, I have such a strong relationship with you. And whatever work you do, that result should actually come to me. Because you are part of me. But in this world, we cannot open our mouth and say that now. What does it mean? Because you are so intimately connected with the Lord. You have forgotten that, but the Lord has not forgotten that. Right? Your work cannot be something that you keep the fruit for yourself and say it is mine. Actually, it is not like that. Our economy is based on that. Our economy is based on greed, possession, accumulation. That's how the paper money economy is based. But the original economy is like where Nanda Maharaj and this thing, what we are seeing now, it is based on love. The currency is bhakti. They never bothered about these material things. They only bothered about the exchange. So Nanda Maharaj would give in plenty to anybody who wants out of love for them. Because they are all connected with Krishna. Everybody is seen, another person is seen as he is Krishna's part and parcel. Mama ivam sajiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, the whole economy is based on bhakti. Bhakti is the currency. Bhakti is what is exchange. Relationship is exchange. Matter and material things are of no consequence actually. They are all cheap. So any commodity that is valuable materially, that is given to express my love. I like you so much. When you like somebody, you like your daughter very much, you like your son very much, you immediately buy for him everything that you want to buy and give him. Isn't it? That is a small example. Same way, the Lord, who is the person whom you love the most, it's already fixed. In this lifetime, you may love your wife, you may love your mother, you may love your father, you may love your brother, sister, like that. But as soon as they are dead, that feeling is gone. You are dead, that feeling is gone. It doesn't exist. It doesn't last. But your love for the Lord is billion times more intense than that. And it is eternal. So whatever you get, will you not give to the loved one to express your love? Yes, you will give. Because for them only, for my children only, I am working. All my money I want to use to make them happy. My wife should be happy. My husband should be happy, whatever it is. That's what we are working for. Actually, economy should be based on relationships. And you will see there will be no need for anything. That was the economy in Vrindavan. It is based on Krishna, love of Krishna. That's all. They'll give their life for Krishna. In fact, we are originally like that only. So when we are in the material world, we have lost that connection. We have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten God, forgotten our wonderful, beautiful relationships, and we are struggling a lot. To keep up a relationship in the material world is so difficult. All of you know. Even with your kith and kin, even with your son and your daughter, it's Kali Yuga is very difficult to keep up. Very easily misunderstanding will come. That's why it's called Kali. Kalaha means hypocrisy and quarrel. It's very difficult to maintain relationships. And therefore, people are very hungry for real love. Very hungry for actually a peaceful, nice, enjoyable relationship with the Supreme. That's what is lacking. There's no problem with money. There's no problem with material supplies. Because Krishna is the Father. He is supplying. This is what this Govardhan Pastime shows. It is not Indra who is supplying. It's I who am supplying to Indra. You can see Indra will come here now. And he came crying, falling at the feet of Krishna. What is it showing? Maiva vihitan hitan, he says in Bhagavad Gita. I have outsourced these material requirements of yours to the demigods. They will give it to you. But I am only supplying them. But Indra thought he is only supplying to everybody. So Krishna taught him a lesson. Actually, if you become devotees of the Lord, then there is no question of karmi, there is no question of jnani, there is no question of yogi, there is only one thing, bhakti, and I am a bhakta. Bas. Okay?
Okay, Maharaj.
I'm giving you a broader view from the Bhagavad Gita of what is economy, what is spiritual economics. It's all based on love. We don't need actually any of these things. But what to do? We have to still live in this world and we have to adjust ourselves. So we follow this and that a little bit and somehow lead a compromised life. But a pure devotee of the Lord, he doesn't care for any of these things. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada went to America with $7 in his pocket. And he went in a free passage on a ship, got down and did not know whether to turn left or right in America. He was a 70-year-old man. And that is how he started this movement there. He said, I fully depended on Krishna. Krishna provided everything for me. That is the meaning of bhakti. Okay? Right.
Yes.
I'll keep you wondering about that. Given you a all-pervading explanation. But it's okay. We will start from where we are according to our faith and do something little we can start chanting Hare Krishna. We can offer what we can every day to Krishna and take his prasadam. We can buy Bhagavad Gita. We can read with our family members. We can do Kirtan Bhajan. Start in a small way. Krishna is very kind. He's your father. Believe me, this is mentioned by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. And if you do this, your love for Krishna will gradually increase. Everybody in your house, their love for Krishna also will increase. And your family will be a wonderful family. They'll have no material problems. Okay?
Okay, Maharaj.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Wishing you all a wonderful Govardhana Puja, and you must already had a wonderful Diwali. Thank you. Hare Krishna.